they don't educate themselves on Donald Trump as a person. Personally, I love the man. I mean, how could you not like a real man? How could you not relate to someone like that?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I'm Van. We are all the LFR family. We're about to check out a video that was given to me because apparently they say that one of the founders of Black Lives Matter has endorsed Trump. Now, I don't believe it until I see it.
Now to this, the co-founder of Black Lives Matter, Rhode Island, is endorsing former President Trump and calling out the Democrats for what he calls years of racist policies. Watch.
You know, we've been used and abused for so long by that party. They don't value our vote. Their policies are basically racist policies. And I believe it's a racist party. Donald Trump he's the opposite. He's going to tell you how it is. He's going to give it to you straight. Trump has done more for the Black community than any president I can think of in my lifetime.
Bruh, you're not supposed to say that in comment, but come on. White people are listening. You're not supposed to say it. You represent Black Lives Matter, not MAGA. What are you doing?
And he's not alone in his criticism. President Biden faces dismal approval numbers among Black voters in key swing states. Joining us now, the co-founder of Black Lives Matter Rhode Island, Mark Fisher. Mark, thanks so much for joining the program. This is my favorite story of the day because it identifies with what I've seen in the barbershop. All the brothers, for some reason right now, are turning tides right now. And I just wonder, what is the big reason?
I think personally, it's the duplicity of the Democrats, the hypocrisy. We're not stupid. The brothers are not stupid. We understand when someone's for us and when someone is not. And it's obvious that the Democratic Party is not for us.
Yeah.
I wish I would have seen this at my Thanksgiving. I had people over for Thanksgiving, whole house full of people. And we had a big old debate, a huge debate. I wish this would have been out. That way I would have cut it on the TV and really mess some stuff up. Why did you have to wait so long, bro? You should have come out with your video the day before Thanksgiving. That would have been beautiful. All right? But hey, at least you came out. All right.
Their policies actually strike at the heart of the Black family and the nuclear family.
Yeah, so, you were part of Black Lives Matter. You founded it there. And now you're saying, you're not saying the entire Republican Party. You're saying Donald Trump. So what is it about Donald Trump? Is it the economics? You noted the Black family. What is it going to take for him to shore up this support amongst Black voters?
Well, I just think that it's going to take information. A lot of people are misinformed. They don't really understand because they don't educate themselves on Donald Trump as a person and his history. But if they do that, and it's going to take, leaders, educated leaders, getting the word out there, I think that it'll happen on its own. It'll be organic because personally, I love the man. I mean, how could you not like a real man? How could you not relate to someone like that?
Now, hey, this is going to piss some people off if it hasn't already, bruh. Like, wow, I'm just surprised.
Yeah, he watches every morning, so I'm sure he's cheering as you're saying this. We looked at some of the polls for Trump over Biden in the battleground states. In 2020, it was 8%. Now in 2023, he has 22%. And that's just not Black men. So the election is right around the corner. If you had the opportunity to talk to the former president, I'm sure he's watching right now, what would you tell him?
Before he answers, I just want to say this is the reason why they're trying to get this dude arrested. This is the reason why they're trying to silence Trump, because these are the tides that are washing over. People are changing their minds. People are being more informed. The unfortunate part about the left making so much noise and trying their best to get that man arrested or to lock him up off a RICO charge. When you put him on a RICO charge, that's when you messed up, because Black people might not follow a whole lot of politics when it comes to inner city, like the urban community. But when you talk about RICO charges, that lifts our antennas. Why? Because that's something usually that's only for drug dealers or gangs. So people started paying attention at that point. And when they started paying attention, of course, they're going to scrutinize every bit of information that you have out there. And it just wasn't adding up. Now we're here. All right, you know you messed up, right? I know the left wing people might not see my video because they automatically assume that I'm right wing everything, which I am not. I'm more centrist than anything. I like that, but I lean right. This brother right here, he's exposing what's going on. He's exposing the veil. So man, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Call me on my cell phone, man. I'll stop for Trump.
Mark, I'm fascinated by you. Why did you end up leaving Black Lives Matter? Or are you still affiliated with it?
No, I'm still affiliated with it. All day. Because the thing about it is my message that I preach and that I tout is unity. It's a message of unity. It's unity driven. I want to bring together all the marginalized groups from the margins and bring them to the center, because we're stronger together as a one nation under indivisible under God.
Yeah. Mark.
Now, as you can clearly see, this brother feel like, you know what I mean, you can still represent Black Lives Mattering and have a different political point of view. You can understand the original plight of Black Lives Matter, which I supported 1000%, the original plight. Okay. But the way it turned out, it just messed it all up. So this dude just simply said, hey, don't think that my support for Trump is me walking away from Black Lives Matter. That's not what's happening. All right.
Mark Fisher, I think all Americans can go with a message of unity. We thank you so much for coming on the program. I hope you'll come back and check in with us.
I appreciate you. Keep up the good work, Lawrence.
You got it, brother.
Wow, man. So there y'all have it, man. There y'all have it. What you got to say about this, bro? Because I thought that was extremely interesting, man. I thought that was extremely interesting.
It was extremely interesting. The only issue that I see with it is the history behind what has happened with Black Lives Matter, with all the riots and stuff. You had one in my state. They say what they stand for, but they sat there and destroyed a black neighborhood in my state. Thinking of that, and now they want to support Trump. Are they really supporting him? Or are they getting paid by the Democrats to try to make Trump look bad by saying they support him?
I'm sorry, is that a question for me?
Yeah.
So do you think that their support for Trump makes Trump look bad? Do you think that's the support of Black Lives Matter supporting anything conservative make the conservatives look bad?
The question is, okay, do you feel that they're getting paid to show support for Trump by the Democrats to make Trump's look bad?
How would that make him look bad?
Because of the past history of what Black Lives Matter has done.
No, because it's so many other people who have supported Trump who have a history of doing things, but those people and their support for him is not held on their past. Is who they think would move the who they think will move the needle in the proper direction. I don't think that their support simply because they tore up the community or they burned up a church or they ruined some businesses or people in protests. It's so many different things you can name, but that will be us focusing on the negative and not the positive. That will be us focusing on the past and not the present and the future. Right now, he's not talking about that. Like, I don't even see how it will benefit the Democratic Party from Black Lives Matter openly supporting Trump. I don't see that. I see that this is a hit on the Democratic Party. I look at this as liberals being they're losing ground, and then they backed it up with all the polling, as you can see below. The numbers show it all together. So again, I don't see how. I don't see your reasoning when you say how.
The fact is Democrats will use any which way they feel that it will affect the other party.
I understand that, but you know how black people like to blame white on a lot of the issues that happen in urban communities.
Yeah,
like they think that white people got so much power over them that because supreme mean they are a supreme being, they're over us. We can't do anything without their say so. The reason why we're in these dire straits is because of what they represent and who they are. What you're doing right now is pretty much lifting up the Democratic Party on that same scale to say that they have that type of power, and they do not. I don't think so. Like, I don't look at this as some immaculate plan of the left to say we should get in the ear of Black Lives Matter so that they can go support him, and then that'll make Trump look like a hypocrite if he accept the endorsement. Nah, that's politics. Like that right there is the stuff that I don't really play into. I don't play into like you're friends with this person who's a part of this group. You need to publicly say that you're not friends with them. I think that's complete BS. That's playing the game that they want you to play. But numbers don't lie. Men win, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. When you look at these numbers that's below, they're correct numbers. And it could be some truth to it. But you're asking me, and when you ask me, I just don't see how this would benefit the Democrats that Black Lives Matter Black Lives Matter is outwardly saying that they support Trump. And it's not Black Lives Matter altogether. It's just this individual who's saying it. He don't represent all of Black Lives Matter. He didn't come to the table and say, me and all of Black Lives Matter have said and voted on who we're going to represent and who we support. He didn't say that. This is a completely personal situation for him. Either way, I mean, your thought is valid. Your thought is valid, and my opinion is valid. But with this happening, was that your first thought that came to mind when you very first saw this?
Yes, it actually was.
Does this make Trump look bad to you?
Like I said, okay, to me, it's like it could be either way. It could be either way for me. All right.
What does that mean?
But as in, it could be truthful that Black Lives Matter is supporting Trump now, or it could be the other way that I said.
If Black Lives Matter supports Trump right now, to Joey, does that make Trump look bad?
No.
Or do you think that the people who are easily swayed to believe the worst in things will believe what you're saying? So how many on the right are so weak-minded that you will be easily swayed to believing that simply because Black Lives Matter support them, even if it was the entire organization, that they will say, I'm running away from Trump now. I no longer support him because that organization, I don't like them. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying like a whole bunch, okay, but there are going to be some, okay? There are going to be some that see it one way and some that see it another way.
So,
okay.
But you do
I
think
can't give you a number. I can't give you a number if you're
I don't want a
looking
number.
for
I
a
don't
number.
I don't want a number. I don't want a number. I'm just talking about you personally. Like, you have these thoughts of Black Lives Matter, and you feel like that if certain people hear that Black Lives Matter is supporting Trump, that they will walk away from Trump.
It is a possibility. Not going to lie. It is a possibility, but I'm looking at it from both sides of it. Okay, I'm not looking at just one side.
I hope people aren't that weak. If you are one of those individuals who will hear that an organization is supporting Trump and you will walk away from Trump because that organization now supports Trump, then you are weak-minded.
Oh yeah.
You are weak-minded. And honestly, I honestly don't like to give my attention to weak-minded individuals because they aren't helpful. They aren't helpful to they aren't helpful to anything moving forward. They will only be sheep. They will always be sheep, and they will not make up their minds for themselves.